Welcome back, everyone. You guys sent in a ton of searches and headlines about Trump's 2025 State of the Union, so it's pretty clear
Oh, yeah.
you're not just curious about what he said, but
Yeah.
what everybody else was thinking too.
Right.
Which is a smart move. It's 2025 and
Yeah.
Trump is back in office. What a
It's
time
wild.
to be alive, right?
It is indeed. A State of the Union is always kind of fascinating. Right?
Yeah.
It's a little glimpse into
Yeah.
where we are as a country.
Yeah,
What are people worried about? What's on the agenda?
for sure.
And with Trump, it's practically guaranteed
Oh, yeah.
to spark some debate.
Okay, so let's dive right into these search terms.
Right.
The sheer volume of searches for things like what time and how to watch is crazy.
I know.
It's like the Super Bowl of politics.
You're not wrong. And that's not really surprising for a State of the Union, but
Right.
Trump just seems to magnify that effect.
Uh-huh.
He knows how to capture the public's attention for better or for worse.
Yeah.
People tune in to either cheer him on or tear him apart.
And speaking of tearing things apart, look at all these searches for fact check,
Oh, yeah.
highlights, and transcript. It's like you wanted a play-by-play analysis before the speech was even over.
That's so true, and it points to how we consume information these days, right? In a world of instant news and social media,
Yeah.
everyone wants to be in the know immediately,
Yeah.
but doesn't necessarily have the time to watch a whole speech.
Right.
Plus, there's that layer of distrust, like wanting to verify everything,
Yep, for sure. Absolutely. Now, here's where it gets juicy. We've got searches for woke, meaning drill, baby, drill,
Okay,
and balance the federal budget.
interesting.
These aren't just random searches. These sound like potential sound bites from the speech itself.
You're picking up on some major clues here.
Yeah.
Woke, obviously, speaks to the ongoing culture wars.
Yeah.
Drill, baby, drill hints at energy policy.
Uh-huh.
And balance the federal budget suggests those economic anxieties. It seems like Trump was hitting on some pretty familiar hot-button issues.
And check this out. Searches for names.
Okay.
Nancy Pelosi, AOC, Hakeem Jeffries, so those are expected. But
Yeah.
Mike Johnson,
Mm-hmm.
who is this guy and why were you searching for him?
Ah, that's a key detail.
Yeah.
In this alternate 2025, Mike Johnson is the Speaker of the House.
Whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
Mike Johnson is speaker. That completely changes the political landscape.
It does.
I'm suddenly way more interested in what Trump might have said with him in charge.
It's definitely a significant development. Think about it. Different leadership in the House.
Right.
It's going to be different priorities, different alliances,
Yeah.
a whole new set of challenges for the president.
Okay, so we've got anticipation, controversial topics, a thirst for instant analysis, and a new power player in the House.
Mm-hmm.
This is already shaping up to be one heck of a State of the Union.
It is. And don't forget all those searches about reactions, CNN instant polls,
Yeah.
Democrats' response, even mentions of specific commentators. It seems like you wanted to gauge the immediate fallout from the speech as well.
Right, you wanted to know how everyone was interpreting the speech, who loved it, who hated it, and what it all meant for the future. It's like
Right.
you're looking for clues to decode not just the speech itself, but the entire political landscape surrounding it.
Exactly. And that makes sense. In today's world, the immediate reaction to an event can be just as important as the event itself.
For sure.
Pundits, polls, social media, they all shape the narrative before the dust even settles.
Okay, so we've established the context, the
Right.
players and the public's intense interest.
Yeah.
But now we need to go deeper.
Okay.
What were the actual issues Trump tackled in this speech? What were the key arguments and what clues do these searches give us about his strategy?
Yeah. Well, let's dig into some of those specific policy areas you were curious about. Remember all those searches related to energy? Drill, baby, drill, Keystone Pipeline, fracking. It seems like energy policy was a major focus, and you wanted to know exactly what Trump was proposing.
You're right, energy is always a hot-button issue.
Always.
But in 2025, what was the context? Was it about climate change or is it more about energy independence?
It seems to be a bit of both, honestly.
Okay.
But with a heavy emphasis on energy independence, we're seeing searches for energy independence, China energy, and even Russia oil. This suggests Trump might have been framing the issue as a matter of national security, possibly even drawing comparisons to foreign adversaries.
That makes sense. It's classic Trump to frame things in terms of competition and dominance.
Oh, for sure.
America First was one of his big slogans, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
And we see that echoed here with searches for Make America Energy Dominant again.
Exactly. And those kinds of slogans resonate deeply with his base.
Yeah.
It taps into a sense of national pride, but also underlying anxieties about America's place in the world,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to economic power and influence.
But energy independence often comes with environmental concerns, right?
Yeah.
Was he talking about climate change at all?
He did, but not in the way you might expect. Remember that search term, woke, meaning?
Oh,
He actually used it in the context of climate change,
Wow.
calling it part of a radical woke agenda that's out of touch with the needs of everyday Americans.
So he was basically flipping the script, turning climate change into a cultural issue rather than a scientific one.
That seems to be the case.
Yeah.
And it's a clever strategy, politically speaking. By framing it as a cultural battle, he's able to appeal to his base, who might be skeptical of climate science,
For sure.
while also tapping into a broader sense of frustration with what some perceive as political correctness, gone too far.
And that strategy clearly worked, at least in terms of generating buzz. We're seeing a ton of searches related to climate change, green energy, and environmental impact,
Yeah.
but also terms like culture war, cancel culture,
Mhm.
and free speech. It seems like he managed to rile up both sides of the debate.
He definitely knows how to push those buttons.
Yeah.
But remember, this is 2025. We have to consider how the political landscape might have shifted since his previous term.
Right.
What were the major events leading up to this State of the Union?
Yeah.
Were there any specific crises or controversies that might have influenced his approach?
That's a great point. We can't just analyze the speech in a vacuum. We need to understand the broader context. For example, remember how we talked about Mike Johnson being the Speaker of the House?
Right.
That suggests a Republican majority in Congress,
It does.
which would give Trump a lot more leverage to push his agenda.
Absolutely. And it makes you wonder how much of his speech was tailored to appease that Republican base.
Yeah.
Was he trying to solidify his support within the party? Or was he aiming for a more bipartisan approach?
Well, based on the searches we're seeing, it doesn't seem like he was particularly interested in bipartisanship. The sheer volume of searches for Democrats' response and CNN instant poll suggests that people were expecting a strong reaction from the opposition.
And they probably got one.
Mhm.
Trump is rarely known for his subtlety,
Right.
especially when it comes to criticizing his opponents.
Okay, so we've covered energy and climate change, two highly charged issues that clearly dominated the conversation surrounding the State of the Union.
Right.
But we also saw a lot of searches related to the economy, terms like inflation, jobs, and balance the federal budget.
Yeah.
What was Trump's message on that front?
Well, let's open up the transcripts and see.
Redaction.
This is where things get really interesting because based on these searches, it seems like you were looking for concrete solutions, not just rhetoric.
All right, we're diving into the transcript now, specifically the section on the economy. Remember all those searches about balance the federal budget? You were clearly interested in how he planned to tackle that issue.
And he addressed it head on,
Okay.
calling the national debt a colossal burden.
Right.
He pointed fingers at previous administrations for reckless spending.
So classic blame shifting.
Pretty much.
But did he offer any actual solutions? Or was it just talk?
He did outline a few broad strokes, like cutting wasteful programs, streamlining bureaucracy, renegotiating trade deals. Those are some of the key points.
Okay.
He even used the phrase fiscal responsibility, which
Really?
which might surprise some people familiar with his past policies.
Yeah, fiscal responsibility isn't exactly a term I associate with Trump. But it's interesting that he chose to frame his economic message in these, patriotic terms, talking about restoring American strength and making the country a global economic leader again.
That's a really astute observation.
Yeah.
He's cleverly linking economic policy to national pride, which is a powerful motivator,
Yeah.
It plays into that deep-seated desire for America to be seen as a dominant force on the world stage.
And looking back at the searches, it seems like that message resonated with a lot of people. We see searches for jobs, manufacturing, and American-made, all pointing to a desire for a strong, self-sufficient economy.
Absolutely. Those searches suggest an underlying anxiety about economic security and a longing for the days when American products and industries were globally dominant. Trump is tapping into that nostalgia and promising a return to greatness.
But we also saw searches for inflation and cost of living issues that hit people's wallets directly. Did he address those concerns?
He did, but in a way that might be frustrating to some. Instead of taking responsibility, he blamed those issues on external factors,
Okay.
like global supply chain disruptions and the energy policies of weak foreign leaders.
Oh, wow.
It's a way of deflecting blame while still acknowledging the very real economic anxieties people are facing.
Right. So taking credit for the good, deflecting blame for the bad.
Pretty much.
It's a familiar pattern, right? But beyond the economics, what else stood out to you in this speech? What other insights can we glean from these searches?
Well, we can't ignore that cluster of searches around woke, meaning culture war and cancel culture. Remember how he linked woke to climate change? That wasn't the only instance.
Yeah.
He went on a whole rant about what he called the radical woke agenda, accusing it of, undermining American values and indoctrinating children.
That definitely sounds like classic Trump, diving headfirst into the culture wars.
Yep.
It seems like no matter what year it is, some things never change.
It's true. And politically, it's a smart move.
Right.
By framing things in such stark terms, he's galvanizing his base and energizing his opponents.
Yeah.
It's a way of ensuring that everyone's talking about him, whether they love him or hate him.
And looking at the searches, it clearly worked.
Yeah.
Those terms spiked right after that section of the speech, sparking a firestorm of debate online.
Oh, for sure.
He knows how to get people riled up, that's for sure.
He's a master of triggering those emotional responses.
Yeah.
Both positive and negative. And in a way, that's the essence of his political strategy. It's not about nuanced policy discussions. It's about creating a spectacle, dominating the news cycle, and keeping himself at the center of the conversation.
So we've gone from basic searches about when and how to watch the speech, all the way to these deeper insights about political strategy, cultural anxieties, and economic concerns. It's amazing how much we can learn about the state of our nation just by analyzing what people were searching for.
It's like we've pieced together a puzzle using these digital breadcrumbs to reveal a bigger picture,
Yeah.
We see the issues that are top of mind for the public, the political strategies at play, and the anxieties that are shaping the national conversation.
Exactly. And the best part is, this is just the beginning.
Right.
We've provided the context, the analysis, and the key takeaways. Now it's up to you to dive deeper, explore the transcript, and form your own opinions.
And who knows, maybe this deep dive has sparked your curiosity to explore other State of the Union addresses, to compare and contrast different presidencies, to see how the issues in the rhetoric have evolved over time.
Yeah.
There's a whole world of political discourse out there waiting to be explored.
That's the beauty of it. We're not just giving you answers. We're giving you the tools to ask better questions, to think more critically, and to engage with the world around you in a more meaningful way.
Exactly.
So keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep diving deep. Until next time.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.